I did it! I finally did it! I made it to the Badlands Arena 5! Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Jurassic World Alive Play with Dino DNA. Today we're going to be going over some battles. It finally happened. I've been trying for days. Today I had some battles that finally got me in. Now, that doesn't mean that I can't slip back down again, but this is the first time I've actually entered into Arena 5, the Badlands, and so yeah, I am really excited. In today's video, we're going to be reviewing some battles and going over what the winning strategies were in these last battles that got me into the Badlands. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of these battles. Okay, so I know this is not the time to get arrogant because going into the Badlands is really where the true test begins, but these were the battles that got me into the Badlands in the first place. So out of my 4 dinosaurs, I had to choose from my level 12 Velociraptor, my level 9 Dilophosaurus, my level 9 T-Rex Gen 2, and my level 11 Triceratops Gen 2. So, not necessarily my strongest, but it won me the battle anyways. Started off with my Triceratops Gen 2 because it honestly can take hits from raptors, but honestly also dishes out pretty good hits. So I decided to start with that one because out of all of them, I think takes hits better. Even though my T-Rex Gen 2 has a higher health, it doesn't have the armor that Triceratops Gen 2 has. I ended up going up against a Euoplocephalus, a really heavily armored dinosaur, and wasn't necessarily expecting that, but Triceratops is pretty good, so ended up working out for me anyway. So started off with Rampage. Of course you want to start off with your heavy move. Thankfully I was faster. They of course started off with their heaviest hitting move, but thankfully I get to go first. So tried to stun them with my low stunning strike, didn't work. They got me with their vulnerability strike, but I got to go first again. So I went in with my Rampage because I'm trying to knock them out. Now my health is lower than theirs. I get to go first again, and thankfully my low stunning strike worked this time. The stunning moves make a huge difference in this game. Thought that I could knock them out with another low stunning strike, and I was right. So my little level 11 Gen 2 Triceratops beat their level 12. Oh, and then of course they come in with Iniasuchus, which is faster, so I was done for. Done. They have full health, and look who almost completely knocks them out. My little level 9 Dilophosaurus. So I chose Dilophosaurus because it's faster than Iniasuchus. Did some good damage with the middle move, which decreases their attack, but because they could increase their attack, pretty much just made their attack normal. But that's okay, because I have another nullifying strike that I use second. Did some pretty good damage to the Iniasuchus. So their health is halfway through, so I wanted to knock them out. Came in with my strike and came so close to knocking them out. Didn't get them, so they got me. But little level 9 Dilophosaurus against a level 12 Iniasuchus, not too bad. Then I came in with my raptor. Because their health was low, I knew I could just bite them and it would be over. But then, of course, what do? They swap out to their raptor. But I still get the first hit in because their move was their swap. My raptor was faster because it was a higher level, so I just had to bite it again. Didn't even have to use my pounce yet. They came in with their Utah raptor and boom, got to pounce. Killed them 2 in a row. They didn't even touch my raptor. So I won that battle. And it got me so close to Arena 5. This is the second battle, so I think that this is the one that got me in. Spoiler alert, it is not the one that got me in. I actually lose this battle. But this is what you should not do in battle. Well, out of my 4, I got to choose from Ankylosaurus, Triceratops Gen 2, Velociraptor, and Dilophosaurus. Again, not my strongest crew, missing all of my teeth and heavy hitters. But start off with Triceratops Gen 2 again. They start off with a Stegosaurus that is faster than me, so that doesn't go well for me. My Rampage still does some really good damage. It was a critical hit. But because they're faster, of course, they get in the winning strike. Next, I go in with my Raptor because I know my strike will be enough to take out the Stegosaurus. And if they swap out, I'll get to do some damage. They didn't swap out, so I just took out their Stegosaurus. Now we're 1 for 1. They come in with an Allosaurus, level 12, and I'm a level 12 Raptor. I knew I wasn't going to take them out with my pounce, but I decided to go for it anyway because I didn't want to risk swapping in someone and getting hit with an Allosaurus. Surprisingly, it didn't take out my Raptor, but second bite, it definitely took me out. Then I came in with the Dilophosaurus because my Ankylosaurus would be a great backup to swap out with. They come in with their Iniasuchus, so I get a free hit, pretty much. I basically use the same strategy that I used last time and end up in the exact same place, but I forget to swap out to my Ankylosaurus, and so I lose. My original plan was to swap out to an Ankylosaurus, but I thought I had more life left than I did, so I lost that battle. So don't do that. If you have another dinosaur left and it's really good and armored and can take hits, make sure you swap out before your opponent gets 3. I was too overly confident with my Dilophosaurus, and that's what lost me the battle. But no worries, I won the next 2 battles. So for battle 3, I had to choose between my Ankylosaurus level 11, level 13 Tyrannosaurus Rex, level 12 Velociraptor, and level 11 Kentrosaurus. I go in with that one, and I have a whole video talking about why I started with that one. So if you want to check that video out, the link is in the description below. So I start off with my instant cripple because they have a Raptor. So this is going to make their pounce completely useless. Raptors can't take hits very well. So their strike isn't going to finish me. So they swap out because they know they can't take my hits. And of course they want their Raptor. So I get a free hit to their Triceratops. Thankfully, my Kentrosaurus is faster after that hit. Thagomizer, so I get to come in with my strike first. Then I use instant cripple just to spare myself some damage, but then they end up stunning me. So they get me anyway. And now they're back to being faster because the effects of my Thagomizer move have worn off. So I use instant cripple again in a desperate attempt to stay in this, but ultimately there is no hope. I have 34 life points and they're faster than me, so I know that they're going to take me down. So I decide to swap out because I don't want them to get that point. I only swap out because I have a dinosaur that I know can take a lot of hits, Ankylosaurus. Fortunately, I get stunned several times, so that kind of defeats that purpose. I don't get to put my shields up, and I almost completely lose my life. Because I'm faster, I do get some damage in, but Triceratops takes me out anyway. But at least they only have 1 of my dinosaurs instead of 2. So I come in with Velociraptor because now the Triceratops is super weak, so I know I can just come in with a strike and knock it out completely. Now they come in with their Ankylosaurus. I basically feel like attacking their Ankylosaurus is useless, but I know they can't use their armor yet, so I go in with my pounce. Takes out a pretty good chunk of its life, even though it has armor, so it's not too much. At this point, I know my Velociraptor is useless against Ankylosaurus, so I come in with T-Rex because it has defense-shattering moves. So even though I know I'll take a hit, swapping in, I know it will be worth it. Because first of all, the Ankylosaurus damage isn't that bad. Second of all, I'm going to destroy its shields completely. That was my less damaging move, and it did a lot of damage. So now I'm coming in with my defense shattering rampage because that's my strongest move against this raptor. And I'm pretty sure it's definitely going to take it out. And it does. So this is part of the strategy, knowing when to swap and when to not. Swap in when you don't want your opponent to get a point, and when you have a dinosaur that can take hits. Also, when your opponent's dinosaur isn't going to do too much damage to your own, and you know that yours will be able to do much greater damage like my T-Rex did. So this is the final battle, the one that got me in. So here I get to choose from T-Rex Gen 1, T-Rex Gen 2, Ankylosaurus, and Kentaurosaurus. I forgot what it's called. This time I come in with T-Rex Gen 2 because I want to come in doing some damage. This T-Rex doesn't have defense-shattering moves, but it still does a pretty good job. And because their Ankylosaurus doesn't do too much damage, I'm able to take their Ankylosaurus out with my T-Rex. Then they come in with their T-Rex. Thankfully my Gen 2 is faster, so I get in one really good hit. Now I come in with my Ankylosaurus, which was not a good idea because this T-Rex has defense-shattering moves, so I'm not sure why I did that. But their T-Rex was weak enough that it ended up working in my favor anyway. They come in with their T-Rex Gen 2. Thankfully, this one doesn't have the defense-shattering moves. I get to use my shield and they do 0 damage to me on their first go. They take me out with their stronger move, and then I come in with my T-Rex Gen 1. So it's T-Rex versus T-Rex now. We already had T-Rex Gen 1 versus T-Rex Gen 2 before. And here it is again. But because their T-Rex was already damaged, I win. And that is how I got into Badlands. So I'm still learning, and again, this is not the time to get arrogant or confident. Badlands is where the true test really begins, but I'm just excited that I got in, and this was some of the strategies that I used to get there. So hopefully this helps you out in your battles. If you see any way that I could improve on my strategy, please let me know in the comments below, and let me know what your favorite dinosaur is to battle with. Until next time, go get that dino DNA.